This program may contain content which is suitable for listeners over the age of 18 only. Discretion is advised. This is Room 104 with Cormac Moore and Saoirse Long.
FM 104.
Good evening. It's Cormac here on FM 104. We want to know this evening, what's the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to you before, during or after a one-night stand? I mean, there's always those urban legends you hear about someone doing something in the bathroom, then trying to leave, getting locked in the guy's porch and not being able to go anywhere until he came home from work. Maybe they're true, maybe they're not. But Dr. Wider is back tonight. She's going to be discussing some of the worst things that can happen to you after one night stand, both the physical and the emotional repercussions. So if you do want to share, if you feel like opening up, drop us a line. And we'll keep you anonymous if you wish. So that'll be up at the earlier time at 10 o'clock this evening, by the way. She's usually at 11, and we'll be talking to her at 10 o'clock this evening. And another life-changing prize this evening. We have our block of €2 centre cheese to give away. All you need to do is spot all of Paul Marsh's puns tonight, and it's yours. And is she or isn't she back? Did she survive? Or has Saoirse finally died? I suppose we best find out.
This is Room 104 with Cormac and Saoirse.
FM 104.
You did survive. So,
Good evening.
you are back and in one piece.
Yeah, just about. Did you miss me?
Oh.
Did you?
How long were you gone for again?
I was listening to you in my hospital bed, by the way.
Or were you actually?
I was.
Hospitals are a good place for radio listeners, actually.
It actually was great because they turn off all the lights at 10 o'clock, which I don't understand because, of course...
You're only getting going.
That's when I'm getting going. I'm ready to party and they're telling me to turn off the light. Like, I felt like I was in school again and actually boarding school or something, and they're like, you need to turn that light off now.
Okay, well, listen, let's just set the scene again. What happened?
So...
We're all nosy, we want to know.
Look, I was
Do you have the
suffering.
coronavirus?
I don't. I wish I did, though.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the first person to bring it to Ireland.
Yeah, hey, Corona-fluencer.
You would be, though.
Yeah,
I mean, you get the followers.
Famous. You'd be opening nightclubs down in Athlone for the rest of your life going, you see the guy? Yeah, he's the guy. He shut down the whole country. What a man.
Oh, I wish. No, I don't wish. So, had a kidney infection for a while.
Lovely.
Left it. You know, I'm one of these people that puts on the long finger. It's fine. It will go away itself. You know, I had hot baths. I was using all
Flat
these...
7 Up.
Yeah, stupid things like that.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, Monday, we had a busy enough day last week. We had to go to the premiere of Downhill, which was great. Great crack. I remember being there, feeling very bad.
Oh, were you feeling bad?
Feeling bad, yeah. But I took a few Panadols, fine.
Okay.
And then, after the show, you know what, hit the fan. I was in agony. So, of course, me and Susan were there. Susan, my cat.
Yeah.
She's meowing at me and I'm getting very impatient because I'm in pain. So, at 3 or 4 in the morning, I just had to go bring a taxi and go to A&E. I just wasn't that bad state. So, what they did was realise that it was pretty bad, but they were going to send me home with some antibiotics and I'll be fine. And they were like, you know, tomorrow, if you get worse, come back in.
Okay.
So then I developed an abscess.
What exactly is an abscess?
So it's a...
Sounds disgusting.
It is
Even the sound of the word is...
Yeah, it's like... It is disgusting. So it's like a...
You may turn off
that's
now.
Infected.
Yeah.
But it was huge, right? It was literally a golf ball.
Are you allowed to reveal where it was?
So it was like on my thigh, my inner thigh.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, that developed, and they said obviously I was very run down, and then they were worried that it was sepsis. I was going to have blood poisoning and all this
What?
stuff.
From an abscess?
Yes. Apparently that...
And you're there going, it's fine. It's fine.
I was like, it's fine. Well, no, at this stage, I was crying.
Oh.
I was hysterically crying because the pain was excruciating.
Oh.
So they took me in, they kept me in for 4 nights, and I was on a drip for most of it in my arm. I didn't expect it. I went in wearing the same clothes. So I had to send my mom out to get me some...
And Tara said that she was talking to you at one point and she said you were walking around the ward with your hoop out.
I was walking around in the gown that has no back on it. Now, in fairness, they did give me pyjama bottoms.
You
Okay,
didn't wear them.
I did.
And a few cheeky photos in the hospital, trying to do some like influencers in the wild, influencers in the hospital.
I did. I did wear them.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have. I was in so much pain, I didn't actually care.
God.
You know, when you're in that much pain, you don't care what anyone thinks of
Yeah.
you. So I was walking around. At one stage, though, it got pretty bad, but I knew I had surgery the next day. I was on painkillers, so I had the drip hanging out of my arm. I was bringing it along with me to the vending machine. I needed a Galaxy bar. So what happened was they had transferred me from Vincent's Hospital to Hollis Street because apparently they deal with abscesses in certain areas around there.
Okay.
So I was in the gynecology ward. So anyway, I was going in to get my Galaxy bar which was all the way down the hallway. No
story's getting
shoes,
worse and
no
worse.
shoes, no socks, nothing.
That's
I
like a
didn't care.
story your parents would tell you. We had to walk to school barefoot on hot lava back in the day, yeah.
It's just anyway, I made it, but then I forgot. I was all dozed up on antibiotics that I didn't know where I was. Couldn't find my way back to my bed.
Right.
So I had to ask a nurse. Do you know what she said? Did you just give birth? Did you just give birth?
Oh, God.
I was like,
were you bloated?
do you know what? No, I wasn't. I think it was because I was walking like I had something up my bum or something had just come out of you know what. Because I couldn't walk properly because the abscess was still there. It was very big. so I was
sorry.
hobbling
Yes, I
along.
thought, you didn't want to chafe yourself.
So it looked probably like I may have just given birth.
You didn't get to keep the abscess, did you? We could have put it in the scum bag and gave it away. Tonight on FM104, you will win Saoirse's abscess. It's limited.
No, honestly, I was on the floor crying. I am not one for
No, you're not.
exaggerating now, I swear. And I don't cry often. I was hysterically crying. The pain was excruciating. But anyway, I survived. And what did you do? You text me on Thursday. So I was in there from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday you text me. Do you know what he said? Are you dead yet? That's what you said to me.
What did you want? What did you want? An essay?
Inconsiderate.
Dearest
Are you okay?
Dearest Saoirse, I have yet to find you on the morrow unwell. No, I'm not going to do that.
Like, this wasn't expected. I wasn't
yeah.
planning on going to hospital.
Chaos. Gav, sorry about this last minute. Can you drop in my jacket from the prep room outside? Sorry.
Why are you leaving her?
I am, yeah, I'm done. I said I did a week last week on my own. I'm handing it over to you now going, listen, good luck.
But anyway, I was listening to you. You were holding up the fort.
Barely.
Quite well.
Not really, in fairness now. The place was falling apart. We didn't know what we were doing.
It was nice to be a listener for once, though. I was there with my Galaxy chocolate and my cup of tea.
Oh, lovely.
So I had this bell that you could call the nurses and they'd bring you tea. It was great.
Really?
Yeah?
God.
Yeah.
That's fun now.
But do you know what's really hard? And you don't realise this until you have a drip in your arm 24/7. Using one hand to text, using one hand to eat. It's very hard.
I can imagine. You don't realise, yeah. So you're all right now anyway?
I'm okay now. I'm on antibiotics for a week. But, they could have given me another week off, but I'm a trooper. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to leave you.
You should have taken a week off.
Well, you did ask me when I was coming back, so I thought I'd mess with you and say I'm not actually back till the 18th of March.
You shouldn't have for the cracks. Me there doing the HR form. Sorry, when are you actually back? Hang on. Gav! Sorry, can you drop my jacket down to the studio, please? It's inside.
Did you get me a present?
Did I get your present? No, I said I'm leaving. I just have to hand it over.
Oh, right.
No, I got you something.
Did you actually? I came in today, by the way, and I thought you'd got me a Reese's Cups Easter egg, because there was a huge Reese's Cups Easter egg on the desk with 2 lovely little chocolate bars and a note saying, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
And it wasn't from you. I know who it was from.
Who was it from?
It was from Dan, Sports Dan, which was really nice of him.
Oh, don't let the door slam.
But in saying that, I went into hospital and they said it was because I was run down. So I'm assuming that eating Reese's Cups wasn't going to help the situation too much.
Well, listen, I just added to your pile. So there's some Reese's Cups.
Stop.
As a welcome back to the show. Hope you're all right. And then some white chocolate. I don't know if you're a fan of the white chocolate Reese's Cups.
I love the white chocolate Reese's Cups.
So there you go. Right?
Oh, that's nice
Not
of
too
you.
horrible, but there you go.
Thank you. That's very kind. I didn't expect that.
I know, yeah. Neither did I. I just felt bad when I came in and I saw someone else had gotten stuff. I did think about it, but I never acted on those thoughts, so it doesn't matter.
No, you thought I was going to die and you were waiting for me to die. That's what you were actually doing. You didn't care about me. You still don't care about me.
I do care about you. I'm glad to hear that you're all right. I can't do the show without you.
Someone just, in fairness, you probably did miss me deep down. Yeah. Someone has just texted in going, how does someone get a thigh abscess? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I leave things until they get very bad.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Oh, look, a lot of people. Look, you're getting loads of warm welcome back.
Go to the doctor. Thank you.
But you're grand now.
Can I just say,
excuses.
There was loads of lovely people messaging me. Gareth, one of them. Martina, listening in tonight as well.
Oh,
so thank you very much.
There you are now. Happy day. So you're back in action. Maybe you're going to need. Maybe we'll need this then. Somebody call 911. Okay, so this is very simple. If anything or anyone has been destroying your head today to the point where you've had to have either blazing arguments with them, rouse inside your own head, or you're just fed up with the day that it is, at 11 minutes past 9 every Monday, we give you the opportunity to shred to death someone or something that has been doing your head in. We have the shredder from Sales in the which I'm realising now is probably blocking the camera. Anyway.
I think you can see me pretty well.
Grand.
Oh, thank you very much. See? There you go. You can never say that I'm not needed here. He told me I was replaceable. I'm not replaceable.
I never told you you were replaceable.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so if you would like to get something out of your mind and someone's been annoying you today, you can shred it here in the shredder. We have the shredder from Gary from sales office who has the shredder here, and what we'll do is just anything you want, 087 6797 104. We'll shred it live on air. It'll never affect you again. It's like an office voodoo doll. And, you know, good things will come to you and bad things will come to the person of the situation that has horribly wronged you.
Absolutely they will. Now, we need some paper for this. I am going to...
Parchments.
I'm going to stick, because I didn't know any different all week, bar the hospital, I'm going to stick with that. And I'm just going to put this out there. It's no hospital in particular. Do need to have a word with Simon Harris about this. The hospital food is absolutely disgraceful. It's disgusting.
Yeah, hospital food's never been one. That's the next place the hipsters need to gentrify.
Yeah.
It's not Stony Batter or Phibsborough. It's the hospital canteens. You want to have a little posh cafe open up that will do your avocado on toast. Oh no, on oat bread.
Just anything that's not rotten, gone off bread that's clearly been left out for ages. It's horrible. Yeah. And the dinner.
And it's meant to be a nutritious place, hospitals, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you'd think so.
Yeah.
But no. So I had to get someone to get me boojum.
Did you actually?
I did, yeah. I got boojum sent in to me, so it's fine. But yeah, hospital food is disgusting, so that's getting shredded.
Saoirse, I got a thigh abscess before, so you're not alone. There you are now.
Oh, Simone, it is horrifically painful, isn't it? I'm quite a chatty person. I hate being on my own, as you probably know. I can't stand it. Even yesterday, I met my friend early yesterday, but then I was doing nothing all day.
Yeah.
And I get very anxious on my own, so I have to be constantly out doing stuff.
Left alone with your thoughts. It can be a dark, dark place.
Don't like that. So hospitals are pretty bad for that. So I was trying to make friends with people on the ward, but when you're in pain, you don't really want to talk to anyone. So I didn't want anyone to visit me for that reason. It was terrible. See, all the talking has built up now, and I'm...
Oh, you'll just be flooded. Well, I literally could leave.
You could leave. I'd just keep talking for the next 3 hours. It'd be fine.
Okay, anything you want shredded, 087 6797 104. We will put it in the shredder for you this evening. What did I have to... Oh, sorry. I have one thing in particular to shred. Someone has been stealing our cheese.
What?
Now, is it you, Saoirse? I know you're only back, but you know the cheese that we get?
Yeah.
We'll be doing it in a minute. Paul is going to be on the line for Punday Monday giving you the chance to win a block of cheese. But I went down to check on the cheese from last week that was in it, and someone's opened it and eaten it. So I want to shred people who steal your food from the fridge.
Wow. That's pretty bad. Now, I will say that I have...
Food stealers.
I have some cherries in front of me.
And they're not yours, that you've robbed.
They're absolutely not
You're
mine.
a scumbag. I'm shredding Saoirse and people who rob food from the office fridge. That isn't theirs.
I didn't take it from the fridge, though. I took it from the fruit basket. So who owns that? Is that not communal?
Maybe it's communal, yeah. So I don't know if you've ever had people stealing your food in work or at home. If you share a house and you come back and you're looking forward to, your packet digestives and you're like, oh, they're gone.
Yeah. Oh, that is very annoying. And they leave the packet in the fridge afterwards. Can't cope with that. So yeah, okay. Cheese stealers. Now, usually it is me, but I won't steal prizes. Do you know, that kind of way?
Yeah. Oh, that's fair enough, yeah. So there you go. 087 6797 104 if you want to shred anything. Happy days. Sandra has said, I would like to shred housemates who leave their dirty dishes in the sink and don't put it in the dishwasher. Scumbags. The worst. Absolute scumbags. Can we shred them, please?
Yeah, I was just thinking, if you didn't have a dishwasher, I always feel like the dishes aren't clean. Anyway, even if you do clean them by hand and it's soaking hot water, I still think they stink.
Yeah. Sandra, I understand what you're saying. Nothing worse when, and you're using the excuse of, the dishwasher was full, so I just left it in the sink.
Yeah.
So do you know what you could do? Here's a crazy thought. Could empty the dishwasher and then anyway.
You could. I also want to shred another thing that I came home to. So when you come home from hospital and you're obviously tired and emotional, you don't want to come home to a bill.
I don't get sick, but anyway, go on.
Don't curse
Never
yourself.
had to, touch wood, never had to stay over in hospital.
Well, either have I before now, so, but came home to a bill, my electricity bill. Guess how much it was?
$4,000.
So this is for 2 months. I live on my own. I'm barely there.
I don't say it was more than 100 quid.
For 2 months?
Yeah.
640 quid. Now, I need to ring them and find them. I nearly died.
How much?
€640.
Are you mining Bitcoin in your house?
Maybe someone else is. Maybe there's someone in the attic. I don't know. €640.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's more than you'd pay a year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I don't know what's happening.
You're not like...
No, I have storage heating, which is a horrible, horrible thing to have.
600 quid? How much
but
is it usually?
There's no way.
What was your bill before that?
It must have been maybe 200. It's usually higher than normal. Yeah, 640. So that wasn't nice to come home to. So I'm going to shred that because, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, you can expect something like that maybe after Christmas if there's 4 or 5 years in a gaff and it's freezing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that kind of way.
And you're using the shower and you're using the dishwasher. I don't use anything. Everything's broken.
Yeah, it is actually.
Like, I don't even shower in my own apartment because it's like drizzling water. Yeah.
Would you be well?
Very bad.
I would like you to shred tailgaters today and every day, especially when they can easily overtake you. It's also dangerous. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
We'll shred that.
That's shredding.
We will shred that.
Feels so good. There we go. Gone.
On the subject of dishwashers, can you shred the people who load them wrong? Boils my blood when I have to organise them again in a rewash. Here's the bigger question, okay? You know, in a dishwasher and in the cutlery tray,
Yeah.
do you put the handles up or down, if that makes sense?
I put... So if it was a knife...
Is the knife bit facing up? Is the
No.
knife bit up or is it down?
No, it's down.
Why? How is
Because
it going to get cleaned if it's hidden away in the little thing?
Because I've nearly done this before where I've pulled out the dishwasher, went to empty it, and a sharp knife, and I nearly put my hand through it. So I thought, well, that's not going to happen again if I put it the other way around.
You see, anytime I do that, I find it gets dirty. So I'd be the exact opposite. Knives up, spoons up.
No.
So that they can get washed properly.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
No, they wash perfectly fine for me. I need some more paper to shred that.
Oh, sorry. Hang on.
That is something I am guilty of doing. I also do that with... See, I use my dishwasher as kind of a press that you throw things in. Do you know that kind of way?
No.
For dishes. So I'll overpack it and turn it on.
I think Alan would hate you.
I don't want to have to put on 2 loads and see 1 load sitting by the sink. So I'll just throw
I think Alan would hate
everything
you. I think Alan would hate you.
Yeah, you would hate me. And I do the same with washing machines.
You should put Cormac in it for asking if you're dead yet.
Yeah, I should. But you see, the weird thing is I'm used to it. I'm used to this kind of... Cormac, I guess.
Sure,
like, that's you, isn't it?
That's just me. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm speaking my truth. Let us know anything else you want to shred. It'll be in here for the rest of the show. 087-6797-104. On the way next, your chance this evening to win a €2 block of cheese. I know, stop the presses. And here's the thing, right? This could become incredibly valuable over the next few days and weeks if the coronavirus shuts down everything.
It could actually,
You know what I mean? Food resources are going to be, to people already. I was in McDonald's last night on Grafton Street at about 11 o'clock after a gig, and there was a middle-aged couple there. I mean, be ageist, but like middle-aged couple in there that had a few drinks. They'd clearly been out day drinking, and they went in to get a McDonald's, but they also had a loaf of bread in one hand and a pint of milk in the other.
Love it.
I was just like, they're clearly stocking up. But if the cheese could be the thing that keeps you alive when the world falls apart because of the coronavirus. So if you want to win that this evening, you have to be able to spot all of the puns from Pun Master Paul Marsh this evening. He is on the way right after Niall Horan. This is No Judgment. It's FM104.
No judgment.
Niall Horan, No Judgment. That's the latest from him. It's Cormac and Saoirse here in FM104, and because it's Monday, that obviously means
It's Pun Day Monday with your Pun Master, Paul Marsh.
all right, the first day of the week, and we do it here every Monday on Room 104. We do Pun Day Monday. It's very easy. It's your chance to change your life by winning yourself a block of cheese.
Yes, who doesn't like cheese? You can have it on pizza, you can have toasted sandwiches. Just eat it like I do and rob it from fridges.
There you go. Rob it from people that you know or that you work with. But if you want to win yourself some beautiful Centra €2 cheese, all you have to do is to be able to correctly identify and spot all the sneaky puns that our Pun Master Paul Marsh sneaks in this evening. Count them up, total them up, send them in to 087-6797-104, and you're in the draw, and you can end a miserable Monday by saying that, it wasn't all too bad. I won myself a €2 block of cheese. At least I have that for the rest of the week.
Exactly. I'm hoping I'm going to do better than I did last week.
Well, listen, last week, ups and downs, getting there.
Yeah, I'm getting stronger at this. Well, no, I have my
Good
dips.
days and bad days.
Yeah.
Ups and downs. Don't worry about it. Joining us back on the line now, comedian and our resident pun master, Mr. Paul Marsh. How are you, sir?
How are we doing, guys? All right, search if I can. This is going to be the easiest one I think I've ever done. You're going to be grand here. You're going to get all these.
You said this about the clothes one as well, and the shoes.
No, I just thought that was in your, there was an interest of yours, clothes. But no, this definitely is can be
Okay.
I'd be very surprised if you don't get this one.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Okay, so if you haven't got a pen, I don't know, try and count them on your fingers on the steering wheel and your toes. But I always, grabbing a pen now. But Paula, Billy, what's this evening's puns we're talking?
It's ice cream.
Okay, so there you go. You should nail this one.
Ice cream related.
Right up my street.
You should nail this one, right?
Yeah.
So you're listening out for the ice cream related puns. The total amount. If you think you have it correct and you want to be in with a chance of winning that beautiful €2 block of cheese, life changing stuff here in Room 104. Just have a listen to Paul and WhatsApp your answer into 08767971004. But listen, ice cream puns, over to you, sir.
Your listeners will know I'm a fireman, and we often get crashes and stuff like that on the M50. And we got one recently. There was an ice cream truck. When I say recently, it was just this Sunday. But it caused a pile up. There was 99 injuries, people injured, and it was a woman who was driving it, and it turns out she was a bit of a screwball. She deserted the scene, actually. She was there 1 minute, they said, and next thing she just split. There was a reporter, when we got there was a reporter on the scene trying to get the scoop, and he took a picture, he put it up on Twitter, it got hundreds of thousands of retweets, and it was a traffic nightmare. Like, it caused a ripple effect for miles, I've never seen a worse traffic jam. I can honestly say it'd be hard to be topped, And I was there for hours. I was starving. I had not eaten since brunch, So what we did, we decided not to wait for the recovery trucks. They could arrive at any time. They're very flaky with their response times. So what we did in the end is we sprinkled it through cones around the cars, and we just headed off,
That it?
That's it.
That was a great one.
It was a brilliant one, but I thought you were going to say that you're with your two friends, Ben and Jerry.
I was trying to get Rocky Road in there as well, but I didn't think it would be.
Unless you were playing. You were playing is that the Wolf Tones who sing that, or Dubliners?
I don't know, but I know it's a type of ice cream.
Yeah, Rocky Road
to
to
the
Dublin.
cinema, I always get it.
That was great. I enjoyed all of them. They were very sneaky.
Yeah, I think I actually did get all of them.
I'm going to show you how many I got. Did you get that many?
Can I give you one clue? In the very end, there was two of them in the one sentence.
I think I spotted that. I spotted that.
I think I got one more than you.
Did you get? Okay, we won't say anything.
Don't say anything.
Right, if you think you got all those ice cream related puns, maybe you're digging into a tub of Ben and Jerry's right now and you're upset that they weren't included. Doesn't matter. Let us know how many you heard. You could be winning yourself a beautiful block of cheese, €2 from Centra. 08767971004. Is there a dad joke before we go, Paul?
Oh, I have. I was going to say that people who are all me make bad music teachers.
What?
No.
Say that again?
I can hear the tumbleweed. People who are all me make bad music teachers.
Make bad music teachers?
Yeah, sorry. It's obviously just me.
Me. Like that?
Yeah. Me.
Oh, okay. I get it. I get it.
Oh, God, it's terrible when I have to explain it.
Yeah, that was a proper dad joke. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I was going to say
good job I wasn't in the studio.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Good job indeed.
Yeah. There's always next week,
Yeah,
is there though?
Listen. The thing is, I go down through my notebooks and I go, told that one. We've been doing this for ages. I have to.
Yeah, we're pushing you now. We're going to have to start,
But hang on a second, you're a dad. All you have to do is think of
loads of dad jokes.
Think of all the jokes that you tell your son.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, he's 4.5. He laughs at all these.
Well, you just write them down because remember, they're not funny.
Oh God. Well, listen, Paul. Thanks a million for popping on as always. Again, go follow Paul on. I keep forgetting this. Paul Marsh comedian. Paul Marsh comic.
Paul Marsh comedian on all of them, on Instagram. I give up Twitter, by the way, but I'm not up that anymore. So just Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. Go follow him. I'm sure he'll be gigging soon. Anyway, you can go follow, catch him at a live event. But if you got all of those puns, do let us know. 08767971004. We'll take some of the guesses and see if anyone has gotten it right. Next, Silk City, Dua Lipa, Electricity. It's Cormac and Saoirse here on FM104. Coming up at 10 o'clock, the earlier time tonight of 10 o'clock, you're going to be hearing from Dr. Jennifer Wider about the dangers of one-night stands.
Don't do it. Be classy.
Go to a nunnery. Sign up to the priesthood. Do not do it.
Have some self-respect. God's sake.
You leave it out here, right? She'll be talking about some of the dangers, because I feel like a tabloid headline writer now. Do you know the dangers of having sex with someone? But she'll be talking. You might have fun. Yeah, you might have fun. You might enjoy yourself. You might feel empowered. Don't do it. No, she's going to be talking about the biological, physiological, and emotional fallouts that you may or may not get when you're doing something with someone further once off. If you have any embarrassing one-night stand stories, please let us know. And we can read them out anonymously. Do not worry about it. And just let us know. It'd be a bit of crack. Yeah. I think,
I mean, I've had many one-night stands, but they've turned into relationships, you see.
God,
So they don't really count.
They definitely don't count.
No.
So there's urban legends as well about the girl who went back to the guy's gaff and then got caught in the porch and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah, or the girlfriend came in. I've heard about that story.
Oh, nice. They're bad one-night stands, all right. Yeah.
Very bad.
You can let us know. Now we're trying to give you a chance to win a beautiful block of cheese. It's €2 centre cheese. It's all to celebrate our Pun Day Mondays here with our comedian friend and our pun master, Paul Marsh. Emma is on the line. Emma, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, yeah. What are you up to this evening?
Well, just pulled up outside my boyfriend's house, just like sitting in the car.
Going
right
in
now,
for a one-night stand, are
Love
you?
it.
Dirty feck. Oh, my God.
She's spying on him.
Oh, yeah.
She's
like, he
spying on
doesn't
me
know.
at the door.
Oh, is he? He's probably like, what is she doing in the car?
Pretend, look really worried. Start crying on the phone and just make him really worried. And then he'll be like, what's going on?
Then just drive away.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Oh, my God. Okay, go, Emma. Start crying. Now go on, drive away for
I'm
the
a very
crack.
bad fake crier, like that.
Do you know what? That's a cute fake cry.
Give him the finger and then just drive off.
Oh, Jesus, no, I think you just cry as well. Like, the criers on the phone. Like.
You don't need to scare a man on a Monday.
I know, yeah, God, we've all been true enough. Are you in college? Are you working and what are you doing?
No, I'm actually going for an interview tomorrow for a dental nurse job. So I get that, like.
Very, very best of luck, yeah?
Yeah.
No, thank you very much.
A nice little fancy job. I wonder what the have you ever been to an interview for a dental nurse tomorrow? Like, I'm wondering what the questions kind of are in the interview.
Yeah, I was at one before, but look, unfortunately the job got put on hold because they don't have time to even train it.
They're literally that busy, yeah.
Do you have to...
like a normal questions, so it's kind of like where you're from, that kind of thing. Like, it wasn't anything
do you love teeth?
Do you like teeth? Do you like bad breath?
Because it's going to be part and parcel of the job, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Emma, who's keeping her boyfriend waiting and on the phone in the car outside. How many ice cream puns did you hear there?
I heard 10. I feel like I may have lost count or something, I don't know, because I was
difficult.
driving as
Yeah.
well. So.
You're trying to count on your hands and stuff. And
it is
just
hard,
yeah.
also trying to not die on the road, which is another important thing as well.
Both, you know?
She pulled in responsibly, of course.
There you go. You should be an influencer for the RSA.
Yes.
Right, Emma. Hang on there 2 seconds, Emma. Good evening, Sarah. What's the story? How are you?
Grant, how are you?
Good. Are you having a better Monday than most?
Yeah, I just came back from a dance class, so I always enjoy those.
Yeah, that's a fun Monday.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. What kind of dancing?
It's belly dancing.
Belly dancing.
Well, hello.
Love to do that.
Hang on a second.
I definitely now have the belly for it.
Because the nurse thought you were pregnant.
The nurse thought I was pregnant. She
There
thought I
you
just
go,
gave birth,
yeah.
so I definitely have
Do you
a
know what
belly.
could
There you go. You have enough to shake around.
Yes.
I'd love to see because was there all girls at the belly dancing class?
Yeah, it's all girls.
Right, because I'd love to see lads with beer bellies doing it. That would be absolutely beautiful. Just pop it out the bottom of their t-shirt and have a little veil on.
I don't think anyone needs to see that now, let's be honest.
We tried to drag in the maintenance guy once, but he wasn't having it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it sore? It always kind of...
The speaker.
It looks a little bit sore.
How does it look sore?
I don't know, because you're doing this kind of roly thing.
Oh, you see, you need hips for that, and you don't have hips,
I don't
seriously,
have
so
hips,
unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to
My
do
hips
it.
don't lie.
You just be standing still, going, no, seriously, dance. You're like, I'm trying.
There I am, too straight.
Cool. How long have you been doing the belly dancing for?
It's only about 8 months. So
it's a good way to exercise.
Not that great at it, but yeah, it's very good. It's cardio, muscle, everything in one.
Yeah, there you go. I'm wondering, is it kind of like Irish dancing in which there's is it a fesh where they have a couple of times a year where all the belly dancers compete against each other? Is there like a belly dance-off competition?
Oh yeah, there's loads.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
God, this
They're
is
always
amazing.
competing, yeah.
Wow.
I want to go and watch that.
I want to go to like the Step Up 2 or the new Step Up dance movie where it's not street dancing or urban, it's belly dancers competing and in different belly dancing gangs around the world.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Are you using your legs much though?
Oh yeah, it's mostly legs actually. Like you have to use your legs to move the hips. So, it's more of a workout than it seems.
I mean, I'm kind of trying to imagine it now, but I imagine you're crouched down a little bit all the time, right? Is that where it kind of burns the thighs?
Yeah, like there's
You got to sit into it.
one of the it's a lot of thigh work as well.
I'm literally going home tonight. That's what I'm going to be Googling. Belly dancing.
You should go to belly dancing.
I'd love that, yeah.
Whereabouts in the city? What part of the city is it on?
It's in just around the corner from Tree Arena. So
that's right here. Hang on a second.
You're going to belly dancing next
I'd love
Tuesday
that.
or Monday.
What time is it at?
7 to 8.
Oh, you
Perfect.
can totally go 7 to
Oh my
8.
God, will you let me do that?
Go belly dancing.
Okay, yeah, I'm
and
gonna
she
go.
can fail the class.
Sarah, you're going to meet me there. How
Great.
exciting. You're going to be like, I wish this girl would stop talking.
Yeah, I don't need to know about the abscess and the belly
Yeah.
dancing. Okay, this is fine. Right, cool. This is
Amazing.
belly dancing.
What
right?
do you wear to belly dancing?
You can just wear anything. Like, I just wear a t-shirt and leggings, and then you can get a skirt that just ties around, like, just so you can see the movements. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking. Do I need to wear a belly top to get the belly?
Why
you
not?
don't have to, but you can.
Okay. I don't
we go.
own one, but look, I could buy
That's
one.
the show sorted next Monday, live from the belly dancing hall. Here we have
You
Sarah.
could come and film us.
But that would be weird.
That would be weird,
a-
actually, yeah.
A little pervy. Some old lad in the corner going, I'm here with Saoirse, just recording the belly
It's
dancing.
content, guys.
It's content. It's illegal, sir. Please leave. Okay. Sarah, how many ice cream puns did you hear from Paul there?
I counted 11.
Oh.
Oh, 11. I think I got 9.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you counted 11. Emma, how's the boyfriend?
He's grand. He was opening the door and he was looking for a while, like dancing, trying to make me laugh, and now he's gone back in.
Like the guy's
I
effort.
like it, yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, he's really trying to get me attention. Callum.
Callum.
Callum. Well, at least he made the effort and then he
you go.
got bored.
Yeah, he's listening to it inside the house.
Hiya, Callum. How are you? Callum, would you and Emma be up for joining Saoirse and myself at belly dancing next Monday? Drop us a text, 087-679-7104.
And go back out there and dance for
Pole
Emma.
dancing tomorrow as well.
Oh, you're-
Pole dancing fitness tomorrow, so we're all doing the exact.
Wait a second. What? I live such a
Yeah.
boring life.
You do, yeah.
What the hell?
You're sitting in there eating boojum and they're out belly dancing and stripping. That's
And
what they're
pole
doing,
dancing,
yeah.
that's amazing. I heard pole dancing is so hard to do.
98 FM.
Yeah, it's literally just like me and my friends thought it'd just be a fun way of like exercising because we're just so lazy and unmotivated.
Yeah.
But you need to
That'd
have
just be a funny
strength
thing.
in your arms.
Yeah. How long have you been doing the pole dancing for, Emma?
Oh, we're only starting tomorrow.
Oh,
There you go, perfect. You can tag along.
Listen, what time is that at?
It is on at 7 o'clock in Palace.
Perfect.
Lewis is right outside, straight down.
Belly dancing on a Monday, pole dancing on a Tuesday. Thanks a million. I'm going to join.
This is great, Emma. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's amazing. Right. So you're saying 10 puns, Sarah's saying 11. Emma, do you want to change your answer or are you sticking with 10?
No, I'm going to say 10, yeah.
I'm going to say 9.
You're saying 9?
Yeah, but I don't think I got some of them.
Okay, Emma. Emma, whose boyfriend Callum is being tormented inside, going, she's always late, and now she's on the phone to a radio station outside. My head's been done in. We were meant to be in the cinema 20 minutes ago. Anyway, we won't get into that.
Oh, God.
That's for
Right.
another story. Okay, Emma, is it 10?
Oh, come on.
Unfortunately, it's not, Emma.
No, you've just wasted her time.
I'm so sorry. You do not get the €2 cheese, but listen, we will throw you out a beautiful arrangement of demotivational Room 104 beer mats, all right?
Oh, amazing. At least I'm going home with something, so.
There you,
You
go
are,
now.
yeah.
We wouldn't let you go home empty-handed. Listen, Emma, Callum, thanks a million for popping on, all right?
Lovely.
Take it
Bye.
easy. Bye. Sarah.
Yeah.
Belly dancing Sarah.
She's still in the game.
Still in the
still
game.
in the game.
Okay, Sarah, you're saying 11.
I am, yeah.
You're sticking with 11?
I am.
Is 11 right?
Sarah, it is not right.
For God's sake.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm so sorry. The only thing we can say is, you've got a new creepy, weird belly dancing friend in Saoirse.
Yay.
And we'll give you some beautiful, exclusive Room 104 demotivational beer mats as well, all right?
Great, yeah.
Listen, thanks a million for popping on, Sarah, and we'll chat to you again.
All right, thanks.
See you Monday. Bye.
Bye. Right. I will play it one more time after the break. We were listening out for ice cream puns. You got 9.
I think I got 9, yeah.
Emma got 10. Sarah got 11. Those are all incorrect. If you want to win yourself a €2 block of cheese. Now, here's the thing. This is going to become... It'll become very high demand when the food starts running out off the shelves because of the corona panic.
Oh, God, yeah.
The coronavirus panic is going to hit in over the next couple of days because we've got our first confirmed case
We do,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Also, Google employees have been told to stay at home for tomorrow anyway. I'm not sure for the rest of the week. One of their employees has presented with flu-like symptoms, so they're taking extra precautions and saying everyone work from home, don't come in tomorrow.
Does that mean that if I come out of hospital sneezing and having a cough and I...
And a temperature. And
I told
Yeah.
bosses here,
Yeah.
would they put you all on lockdown?
Yes.
Would they?
Well, that's it, yeah, because we got that email. We got an email sent around in work today, like emergency planning for what we need to do if, in case Saoirse has the coronavirus and gives it to everyone.
Well, why didn't I say I did then? Then you could all have the day off.
Imagine 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Lovely.
Okay, so how many puns did you hear? 087-679-7104. Alan, how many did you hear?
I think I heard 12.
Thinks he heard 12. All right, hang on there 2 seconds. We'll find out if Alan is right next here on FM104.
This is Room 104 with Cormac and Saoirse.
FM 104.
On the way after 10 o'clock, what are some of the dangers of having one-night stands? What are some of the dangers of having sex with strangers the once and then never seeing them ever again? Dr. Jennifer Wider, our resident medical expert, will be in to terrify you with some of the consequences, both physical and mental consequences as well. So that should be fun.
It will be fun, yeah. So I think there is a warning out there to keep your pants on. Don't have a one-night stand. You know?
Our show is going to be sponsored by I keep forgetting this word. What's the place where you go when we want to train to become a priest?
I don't know.
The priesthood, what's it called again? Seminary?
Prison?
Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll be teaming up with the seminary to send you along to become celibate for the rest of your life. Now, that's on the way after 10 o'clock. If you have any horrible, funny, worst, most embarrassing one-night stand stories, we will take them. 087 67 97 104.
And we won't say your name out on air.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry.
Sorry, yeah, of course. We're trying to give away a €2 block of cheese to help you survive the coronavirus pandemic / outrage / everyone losing their mind over this, right? So it'll probably happen in the next couple of days if a few more cases are confirmed. The bread will be gone, the milk will be gone. Brennan's bread will be milking it again, I should say. Yeah,
I have all the Reese's cups that have been in the shops.
You're
They're
stocked
all
up
in
on
my
Reese's
home.
cups. Yeah, so you might need this. It's not about winning this for the crack. This is now a matter of life and death. If you would like to win this beautiful block of €2 cheese that we got next door in Centra, how many ice cream related puns do you hear in this?
Your listeners will know I'm a fireman, and we often get crashes and stuff like that on the M50, and we got one recently. There was an ice cream truck. When I say recently, it was just this Sunday, but it caused a pile-up. There was 99 injuries, people injured, you know, and it was a woman who was driving it, and it turns out she was a bit of a screwball. She deserted the scene, actually. She was there 1 minute, they said, and next thing she just split. There was a reporter, when we got there was a reporter on the scene trying to get the scoop, and he took a picture, he put it up on Twitter, it got hundreds of thousands of retweets, and it was a traffic nightmare. Like, it caused a ripple effect for miles, you know. I've never sed a worse traffic jam. I can honestly say it'd be hard to be topped, you know. And I was there for hours. I was starving. I had not eaten since brunch, you know. So what we did, we decided not to wait for the recovery trucks. They could arrive at any time. They're very flaky with their response times. So what we did in the end is we sprinkled it through cones around the cars and we just headed off, you know.
Right, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12.
Oh.
Final answer.
Well, that's the same as Alan. Alan, what's the crack? How are you?
I'm good, and yourself, Cormac?
Yeah, not too bad.
I'm okay too, though, Alan.
I was going to say welcome back, Saoirse.
Welcome back.
You're so kind. Were you the Alan that sent me a voice note while I was in hospital?
Voicemail? No.
No.
Okay.
Different Alan.
You could have said yeah, and I would have gone, you're the nicest person ever. And I would have probably given you my Reese's cups, but it's okay, you're honest.
So you'd be getting Alan in
I
trouble.
wouldn't want the Reese's cup anyway.
Oh, fine.
I'll have a bounty bar anytime, though.
Woo! Yes, Alan.
Oh my God. Okay, that's fine. You
Alan
can go
makes
hang out with
good life
Cormac.
choices. Alan knows what the crack is here
You
now.
have
Well
no
done,
taste
sir.
buds.
Well done, sir. Let's just give Alan everything this evening. Let's give him the
Disgusting.
cheese. Let's give him, the beer mats. Let's
You're
give him
vile.
the entire scumbag. Let's just hand it over.
What, do you want gherkins with that, or?
I do love gherkins.
Oh, yeah, of course you do.
Now we're broken up.
Now that's just, you're just scum. You are the scumbag.
Right. Alan, you're saying 12, and now you heard it a second time there from Paul. Would you like to stick with 12 or change your answer?
I'm actually going to change it to 14.
Oh, okay. Right, hang on there, 14. Dean, what's the story? How are you?
Hey, what's up?
What are you saying answer-wise?
Well, I was saying 14 as well.
Oh,
it's a tiebreak. You're going to have to cut the cheese in half.
Out of my head. I can split the block of cheese.
Yeah.
If there's a gram over, I want that side.
Look, I'll open it up. I will split it in half and put it in tin foil for both of you.
we'll be on the news next week. It'll be like a man named Dean and a man named Alan kick the shit out of each other over a €2 block of cheese. We go live to the scene now. No, okay. So apart from wanting the cheese, 14, you're sticking with 14 as well, are you?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Confident Dean. I like this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to be.
Yeah, there you go.
Jesus, now.
Are you in work this week, Dean, by the way?
No, well, I was today, but I'm off tomorrow, so...
That's why he's so happy.
Yeah, you sound great.
Oh, yeah. I'm always happy.
Yeah, no, you're not really. You're just delighted you're off on a Tuesday. Who's off on a Tuesday?
I know.
No one.
Me, I'm off every Tuesday.
Well,
every Tuesday? Can I ask what you do?
I'm a van driver for a fish company.
Nice.
Okay.
Not a fan of fish, but wouldn't mind a Tuesday off.
There you go.
It's a handy number.
In case the boss is listening, it's very tough. You should give Dean a raise. Okay, give him more money.
Of course, yeah.
Very responsible looking after all those fish.
I just got one a couple of days ago.
Seriously,
Life
Dean.
is right. What is Dean doing? My God, Dean, St. Dean, you're just doing...
Everyone's going to look up van driving to transport fish.
Yeah, actually. The only company in the country that's giving raises, by the way, Dean. Wow. Congratulations, sir.
Now, are you saying do you get the weekend off too?
And here, you want to know the best part?
Yeah,
it's
go
the
on.
same day that I crashed one of the vans.
Sorry, what?
What?
I got a scratch up the side of one of the vans and I got a raise the exact same day. I couldn't believe it.
Now, I take it this was before they knew about the scratch.
No. It was a couple of hours after.
Kind of joke company are you working for? Well, you damaged the van, so raise
You're rewarded.
for you. There
Well
you go.
done. You.
Pretty much, yeah. Maybe they were thinking if we give him more, he won't damage it anymore.
Wow.
If we give him more financial rewards, he'll feel more important and take the vans a little bit more seriously.
God, I would.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God, Dean, this is amazing. Well, listen, I will talk to you in an ad break here and get the details. I'll be like, right, I'm looking for any other drivers.
We always need a plan B. So.
Yeah, we definitely. If you've seen what happened today in the media, you definitely need a plan B.
True.
Right, okay. So, Dean, you're saying 14. We can't change your mind. Alan, you are now changing to 14. You don't want to change your mind either.
I'll make it interesting. Go toward them.
Okay.
God,
Things
I feel
get serious.
sick.
Things get serious now. So, last minute change at the counter. Alan has gone from 12 to 14 to 13. He's just...
I'm going to stick at 12, okay? Alan, you're going to stick at 13 and Dean at 14.
Okay.
One of us has to be right.
Okay. We'll start off with you, Saoirse.
Okay.
You're saying 12.
I'm saying 12. Putting all my money down on this.
You are incorrect.
Oh, for God's sake. Fine. I definitely have 12 real ones.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Obviously missed important things, okay.
Alan?
Yes.
Oh, Cormac, why are you doing this?
You are not correct.
Oh, you are...
No.
Wait.
You are not the father. You are not correct. Apologies about that, Alan. There's some beer mats for you anyway, but hang on the line there. And Dean, you were saying 14.
Yes.
Oh, well done, Dean.
Yes, I get my cheese.
Alan,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. You were so close. You were on the money and then you jumped off.
Kind of gets all this as well.
I know, I was going to say. You get a Tuesday off, you get a pay rise, you get some cheese.
You crash
for
a
free.
van, you don't get fired, you get the cheese. My
I'm
God.
still up for splitting the cheese if he wants. We can still split it.
I think you should make Alan a sandwich.
No
That'd be
problem.
better. Yeah.
Oh God! Listen, tell you what, we have another block of cheese in here, right? We're feeling generous. So, Dean, congratulations, well done. You've got the cheese and some beer mats. Well, we extra generous. Alan will throw you a €2 per block of centre cheese as well. Okay?
You're too kind.
Listen. We're breaking the bank
Hang
here.
on a
We've no
second.
more budget for the rest of the year.
Was that not the cheese that's been in there for ages?
No, they've gone off. Like not gone off. It's not going anywhere till May.
It's
cheese is great like that. It lasts for ages.
Oh, right, okay.
That's why it's a good survival
We just
food.
bought it ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's still good till May. I checked.
All right, okay.
Listen, Alan, Dean, thanks a million for popping on, lads. Enjoy your day off tomorrow, Dean.
Bye.
Will do.
Bye. There you go. Where else would you get it?
What a job.
God, Dean's doing life right.
Isn't he?
Yeah. He's definitely doing
Driving
life
fish
right.
around in a van, having a Tuesday off, getting a pay rise and getting a block of cheese. Like, I mean,
Where would you get it?
seriously. Can't.
Also, as well, you might have seen this, but if you have any plans booked to head away, Ryanair have cut up to a quarter flights to Italy due to a massive drop in bookings because of the coronavirus. Places.
People are on lockdown. Now, it wouldn't stop me going away if I was planning on going anywhere.
Would it not? If you were on a flight to Italy next week, northern Italy, to Lake Garda, where all these things, part of it happened, would you cancel?
No.
Why not? But you're going to bring it back and kill us all.
You're
gonna kill us all.
We get 2 weeks off.
The one thing I thought about was obviously late Sunday night, that school in Dublin, which I don't even know if it's been officially named. We won't name it, but everyone knows where it is anyway. Can you imagine how happy the students were when they got that text late Sunday night going, unfortunately, school has to close. Oh!
It's a nice in-between Easter, you know? So they have these 2 weeks and then they're probably in for a week and then they have another 2 weeks off.
When is Easter?
It's Easter April, I think, this year, yeah.
And you think the guy who brought it back is going to be hailed a hero?
I'd say he would be, yeah.
If you're in that school and you've 2 weeks off, will you just acknowledge the fact that they should build him a statue?
He's a legend.
A phlegmy, nose-runny, shivering, high-temperatured person in the middle of the oak for giving you an extra 2 weeks off. I mean, the silver linings here, and loads of places are apparently going to be working from home tomorrow as well. So, I mean, this could be the one good thing I think to come out of the coronavirus might be that we'll all be able to work from home.
Yeah.
This will be like a big test now tomorrow.
I can't wait to wear pyjamas. I'll have to go to your house though, because I don't have the equipment at home.
You'll be just talking to your phone. Be fine.
Oh, grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on
Although
Skype
the
on your
cat-
laptop.
The cat be meowing.
It would add to it. It would add to the atmosphere, to the ambiance.
She's loud.
Good. Yeah.
God.
It should be better than some people we've talked on the show before anyway. So happy days.
That is true. But would it not just be the common cold for most people?
It
If
is.
they got it, really.
Yeah, but like a bad common cold. It's
Yeah.
just again. HSE.ie, by the way, if you want to look up any. They have a ton of information up there on what symptoms to look out for, what to do, if you need to self-quarantine, blah, blah, blah. But just...
As in, would you get over it yourself, do you think? Say if you got the coronavirus and you just thought it was a cold, you didn't even go to the doctor.
Well, I think that's what nearly they're saying to do. If you do have it, just stay home.
And then it would just go away?
Well, yeah, your immune system would finally kick in and get rid of it and job done.
But what if you got the coronavirus and no one knew and you didn't even know and you couldn't even post on Instagram? Do you know what I mean? You can't even stick up a sympathy post like I could.
You can't even go into like a hospital and put up a little thing and
Yeah.
go, oh my God, guys.
You're just at home dealing with it.
So brave. I need to go and document my journey and then have a coronavirus podcast.
And then bring the
Letting you
book
know
out.
All about it, yeah.
How to get over it.
You could speak at events.
Yeah.
Right, my God. On the way after 10 o'clock, after 10 o'clock, obviously a few minutes' time, we're going to be talking about the dangers of having one-night stands. Because we're all being big man and woman whores here. On the way, first, Harry Styles, Adore You. It's FM104. Harry Styles, Adore You. It's Cormac and Saoirse here on FM104. Sorry, I forgot to give the 14 ice cream puns that we were listening out for there, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, can I read my ones that I got?
You can
I
indeed.
want to know which ones I missed, obviously.
Yeah.
So I got Sunday,
Yes.
99.
Yes.
Screwball.
Correct and right.
Split.
Yep.
Scoop.
Mhm.
100,000. Hundreds and thousands.
Yes.
That was it. Ripple.
Yep.
Topped.
Yep.
Brunch. Wafer. Flaky. Sprinkle.
You missed two.
Yeah.
You missed desert, dessert,
Dessert. I wouldn't have got that.
and cones.
Ah, for God's
That was an easy one,
sake.
Saoirse. Come on
Didn't
now.
even hear that.
So there you go. They were the correct ones again. Paul will be back next Monday. If the world is still around.
Yeah, if we're still alive and well. We probably won't be. We'll all be...
We'll all be dead this day next week.
We'll be sniffling and then dead.
Yeah, so unfortunately that'll be it. What else did we want to do quickly?
Oh, I need to shred one more thing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So I forgot to tell you that I was obviously on a hospital ward with 8 other people and minding my own business. You know when someone is really rude to hospital staff because they think they're in a high-powered job and they think they're better than you?
So were you in the room with some big highfalutin CEO banker person who's like, excuse me, I have loads of money, I'm better than you?
That's what you would think. But no, from behind the curtain, all I heard was, sorry, I'm a very well-known journalist. Is there any chance that I can be seen sooner? Because I have a lot of clients. I nearly got sick in my mouth. Who says that? Oh yeah, hang on while we just push you ahead of the queue, ahead of these sick people.
I mean,
because you're a high-powered journalist and everyone knows who you are.
Oh, the women and children and journalists first. They're the most important people in society. Wow, did she actually say that?
Believe it.
Sorry,
on
guy or
my
girl? Was it a
life,
guy or girl?
It was a girl.
And she said she was a high... What did she say she was?
She said she was
a very well-known journalist.
Very well-known journalist. And she had a lot of people working for her. And could she be seen sooner? Because, she's busy.
What has to go on in your head to say things like that?
And then she went for the operation, which happened to be quite late at night and came back to the ward quite late. And the whole time ringing the bell over everything and anything. The poor nurses were like...
Okay, maybe play the devil's advocate here. Maybe you give it the benefit of doubt. Maybe she was nervous. Maybe she doesn't like hospitals and she wants to get out of there.
There's no need to be rude.
That just sounds a bit...
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Never.
Sorry, do you know who I am? Yeah, you're a bit of it.
Yeah, I'm the total opposite. I'd be looking after the nurses if I could get out of the bed. No, I hate that. So yeah, I need to shred. I was meant to shred her earlier on. I have to shred her.
Oh, definitely.
Horrific.
Yeah, go ahead and shred that.
Absolutely horrific.
Oh my God.
No need. They deal with enough as it is.
Yeah. Shredders in studio for you. If someone has wrecked your head and you want to destroy them metaphorically in the shredder, you can do so. Anyone or anything, 08767 97104. And it'll be here for the rest of the evening. On the way next, the dangers of having one-night stands. Dun, dun, dun. It sounds like we're going to bring a priest on, doesn't it?
We should. To be honest, I mean, the STIs are on the rise and everything.
They are, yeah.
I think it's time now, lads, that you just find another hobby. There's other things you can do on a night out.
Yeah.
That doesn't involve having sex.
Well, read a book. Go to a book club.
Go home, have your takeaway, and go to sleep.
Yeah, you can castrate yourself if you want for the crack. So Dr. Jennifer Wilder, she usually comes on at 11. We're bringing her on a little bit earlier this evening. She's going to be talking about the dangers of having sex with random people, the emotional, psychological and physical ones. And if you have any embarrassing one-night stand stories that you would like to share anonymously, drop us a text 087 6797 104. We might read them out. I have a good one about, I think of a friend who knows, stuck in a porch after doing something in the bathroom. It may not be real, but it's a great story anyway. So let us know if you have anything. Dr. Jennifer Wilder is on Room 104 next.
This is Room 104 with Cormac and Saoirse.
FM 104.
It's Cormac and Saoirse here on FM 104, and joining us this time every week, our resident MD, Dr. Wilder, is on talking about some of the fears you might have from a one-night stand. Now, if you're a fan of a one-night stand, fair play to you, but do people worry about some of the health consequences that might, result from that?
Yes, I would have never had a one-night stand for that reason, because I'm scared of touching somebody or bodily fluids that aren't mine that I don't know.
Right. You can listen. Let us know the worst thing that has happened to you. Okay, it doesn't have to be medical related, but we'll talk about that now. But if it was, you probably won't share. But the worst thing to happen to you after one night stand, I've heard some urban legends about needing to use the bathroom and then getting locked in the porch for the entire day. My
best friend, who I will not name, had a one night stand with a guy, couldn't find the condom after, ended up inside her.
Lovely.
So it had got stuck inside her because they were looking everywhere for the condom, and the two of them had to go to A&E. One night stand. He went with her, in fairness. So
087 6797 104. Dr. Wilder, you're very welcome back to the show. How are you?
Thanks, guys. I'm happy to be back. Thank you. So, just because the coronavirus is circling the globe right now, I think a lot of people think their lives are soon to end, so they may be engaging in one-night stands, hooking up with their...
I don't want to die a virgin.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's right. But, there are definitely health consequences to a one-night stand, and what I'm going to say is many of them are emotional fallout from a one-night stand, and they are gender specific, you guys. Very, very interesting. So,
do guys go home and write poetry after the one night stand never calls them back and they get really sad?
True. And what's really weird is, depending on what gender we are or how you identify yourself, the consequences may be a little bit different. And of course, there are the normal medical consequences, which I'll go through from an STD, a sexually transmitted disease standpoint. But let me tell you, when you're looking at men and women having a different, morning after emotion, it can be very dictated by your gender. So even though women consider themselves to be incredibly sexually liberated, and many of us are, and, we understand that pleasure affects both genders equally, there is a lot of research out there that will tell you that men and women do not act equally or react equally after experiencing a one-night stand. And they've studied this, you guys, so this is all backed up in science. If you're listening to me now and don't agree with me, don't shoot the messenger. I'm only reporting what has been researched, thoroughly researched. And having said that, you guys, the truth is not everyone is going to react this way, right? So some of us may find ourselves to be Samantha from Sex and the City and can have sex as a woman without having any emotional fallout or any emotional consequences. But the vast majority of women, according to this research that I'm citing, will react differently than men. So if you were to look at the research on casual sex, despite women's claims that they can have carefree sex unattached, 80% of men have an overall positive feeling, while less than 0.5% of women, less than 50% rather, have positive feelings. So that's 1 in 2 women are regretful. And here are some of the quotes from this survey. They regret feeling used, they feel cheap, they're horrified afterwards, and they felt degraded. So these are quotes from women, and this is a very large study, by the way, in Durham University in England, which looked at over 30,000 people engaging in casual sex.
So, because especially nowadays, it's, as you said, women are meant to be liberated and sexually empowered and sex positive and should be able to enjoy sex in the same way that men are able to enjoy it, and men will have a one-night stand and go home and feel great and tell the lads, go, what's going on? But you're saying that the girls don't, if you were to have a one-night stand issue, would you be going back to your girl mates going, yeah, got the D, woo!
Yeah, probably not. No, I wouldn't. But it's funny, I don't have that kind of attachment that some girls might have where they can't have a one-night stand because they feel like they want to be attached to the person.
You might be very good at one-night stands.
I'd be very good at one-night stands, but I also am very much, I am not going to pass my body around, my body's precious type thing.
Right.
My body's falling apart.
My body right now is falling apart, and probably nobody wants my body right now. But when it's healthy, I'm like, no, you're not going to just get to see me, naked and have fun with me and then leave the next day. No.
What you're saying, Saoirse, is totally right. A lot of times, we're societalized, based on media and based on movies that we see, to react in a gender-specific way. So we may be societalized really to feel like women are told to be demure and you have to be like more, like not as sexually liberated, and sex means a lot. Even as a parent, because I have both a son and a daughter, our messaging to them definitely is different based on gender. Even though my husband and I consider ourselves to be very progressive, it's just very different because just from the biological standpoint, you can end up being pregnant. It's very different than a one-night stand for a man. So just from the biological standpoint for that. But research does show us that if a man and woman climax, okay, if you have an orgasm during your one-night stand, women will release a hormone called oxytocin, which is a bonding hormone. It's the same hormone that gets released for a mother to bond to a child after she has a baby. So there's a bonding hormone that is released in a female body that's not the same in a male body. And even though some of us will not react to the hormone's effect, like Saoirse, maybe you won't, many of us will and feel bonded to the person that we were just intimate with more often than men will feel bonded to the woman that they were more intimate with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. But
we will just, we release the sleep hormone.
I release that too. I'm like, bye.
Out of here. Thank you and good night.
Yeah, I just go into a Zen state and I'm just unconscious.
A lot of people do. And also remember, like having an orgasm, like having sex it's a workout. You can lose weight having sex depending on how much sex you're having. You're burning quite a bit of calories.
Yeah.
It's definitely a workout for people. And after you have an orgasm, many people, both men and women, will feel tired. But men, by the way, this is studied, will fall asleep much more easily than women. A lot of women will ruminate. They'll be concerned. Will he call me? Will he not? Men will just be out cold, like snoring within like 30
you
seconds.
want to stay up and talk and cuddle. I just want to hug and talk. Okay, say bye.
No, I don't.
See, I love it, Saoirse, because you're not following this. And that's why it's very important to remember this isn't a one-size-fit-all kind of conversation.
Definitely what you're saying, though, about, I have one friend who is the type of person that sleeps around quite a lot, and would declare it to the world. But we all go, shut up.
Really?
Yeah, it's this kind of, there's no need to talk about that, and it's not a good thing. I also wouldn't think it's a good thing if it was a guy doing it. I just don't find sleeping around and passing your body around is...
Share the love.
No, I don't think so.
Share the love. Stop being so greedy.
No, I don't know. I'm old-fashioned. I'm really old-fashioned in that sense. I'm like, stick with the same person and have sex with them. Don't be going around every night sleeping with different people. Have a bit of self-respect.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, if you look at the way our society, no matter what country you live in, treat men that sleep around versus women that sleep around, it is much more stigmatized for a woman to have multiple sex partners than it is for a man. A lot of times men, it's viewed as a conquest, whereas, even the Taylor Swift song that just came out, the Man song, she talks about this, that because she had she was like a serial dater, essentially. She had tons of boyfriends before she's now settling down. Like, she, would talk about this in every different song and every different album. She would be talking about Jake Gyllenhaal and all these other actors that she dated, the Jonas Brothers, and people would think that she wasn't a good role model for their daughters because she was constantly dating people. And she says in that song, if I were a guy, everyone would think I was the man.
But I think it is interesting that a lot of, you mentioned the biological risk. Like, I think if I had kids as well, a guy and a boy and a girl, whatever, it would be very much... That's the risk, because it's a much bigger risk for a girl if you do get pregnant, and it's not just her body obviously is going to be impacted, but her whole close circle of family and friends will have to adjust and change and reevaluate everything. So there is, as much as maybe you don't want to talk about it, there is a bigger risk for a girl having sex. Although if you're on the pill, is it equalized out with things like that?
The pill is not 100%.
Right, and especially if you don't, the pill is pretty good unless you're not taking it regularly. And I've done a lot of work with young women and adolescents and teens and young adults about the pill, and you'll see a lot of people will forget a dose and then they're not sure whether to double up the next day or just skip it and go. So you have to be regimentally taking, the birth control pill and following the instructions for it to work to the best of its capacity. But as Saoirse said, no, it's definitely not 100%. And it's very important too, just not from a pregnancy standpoint, but if you look biologically, women's anatomy places her at a much more unique risk for STD infection than with men. So what I mean by that is if a guy and a girl sleep together, the woman is much more likely to catch an STD from her partner than vice versa.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that's just unfortunate. So Yeah, it's just, there's a lot to it from a medical standpoint. It's the way our, I don't want to get overly technical with you guys, but the lining of, the vagina is thinner and it's more delicate skin. So we more easily contract bacteria and viruses. And also just, obviously, like if someone's ejaculating into a woman, it's very different than a woman, having an orgasm with a guy, because you can just picture what I'm saying. Like it's much more easy to pass an STD from man to woman than vice versa. And there are lots of reasons for that, but that's one of them, just the biological and anatomical reason. That's something to consider. But this is a weird one, you guys. Listen to this. So men drop their standards in a one-night stand while women will raise them.
Oh, are you serious?
This was a study that came, I've quoted this before actually, but this was a study that came out of a journal called Nature, which is a very well-respected journal in science and medicine. And it proved that both genders demonstrated a difference when it comes to being propositioned for casual sex. So they looked at hypothetical physical attractiveness, right? And they graded the attractiveness of the man and of the woman. And men that had more masculine features, that had more of a square jaw and like a heavy brow line, women perceived more likely to hook up with. This is very interesting. And the same was true for men that with more feminine women and women with wider hips. I'm not even joking. Men thought would be more likely they'd be able to have a one-night stand with women that were more feminine looking and who had wider hips.
So hang on, men were more likely to have, or think that they were more likely to have a one-night stand with someone who was more feminine looking.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen to this. So having said that, they thought that women that I'm putting two things together by accident here. So just to finish, they thought that women that look more feminine and who had wider hips, they'd have an easier time scoring with, okay?
Yeah.
And women would think that the guys that had a squarer jawline and looked more masculine were more likely to want to hook up with them like a one-night stand. Having said that, with all of that there, men were more likely to have a one-night stand with women that they find slightly unattractive or moderately attractive, where women were more likely to have a one-night stand with men they thought were exceptionally attractive.
Here's my take on that, right? Lads just want to have the right, okay? And at the end of the night, they'll just be like, oh, whatever,
Do you know what?
go on.
The end of a night, the lights turn on and men will flock to every woman that's still there. Literally, straight over to them. And you know, at that point,
fair play to you.
You've got makeup all over your face and your hair's a mess.
You've
and
been
you're
crying in the toilet.
Yeah.
Mascara is
but I
dripping.
imagine...
Yeah, exactly.
Is it still maybe a social aspect of that as well, is that girls might still be stigmatized for sleeping around, but at least if they slept with a really hot guy, they could justify it to their friends and family and kind of go, listen, I had a one-night stand, but if I do get pregnant, he's going to be a hot kid.
Exactly.
So at least that's something.
You got that, yeah.
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? The science with this, right? So guys, I think you're right, Cormac. I think guys are just psyched to, have somewhere to put it, and girls want to look at, the importance of a guy's looks when it comes to, sacrificing herself or having a one-night stand or wherever she may feel, according to the study, okay?
Yeah.
The thing about the wide hips is interesting because this is when a guy is on the prowl and looking at, this was in a Journal of Human and Animal Ethology. This came out of Leeds. All of this, by the way, are British studies, so take it or leave it. But what's interesting is that when they're looking for women that they think are more likely to sleep with them, they'll go for more feminine women who have wider hips, but if all else fails, they'll go with anybody. It doesn't matter.
But why wider hips? I
Good
would say...
child rearing hips there now, fair play to you, huh?
I have no hips, I'm just straight down. But I wouldn't say I'm masculine.
No, it's not, and don't confuse what I'm saying with the fact that wide hips ladies are more feminine. I'm talking about facial features that make women more feminine versus wide hips is a completely different factor. Okay. So the researchers found that wide hips women were more inclined to have one-night stands with men, and the hips had to be, and this is scientifically studied, 0.8 inches wider than other women. And those women admitted that one-night stands accounted for 3 out of every 4 of their past sexual relationships. Wow. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Now, remember, when I'm citing scientific studies, it's very important to realize some of these studies involve, this study involved 148 women, whereas the other study that I was talking to you about involved 30,000 people. So,
yeah.
And that's about the different emotions that men and women are more attached. Like women tend to be more attached than men do, based hormonally and biologically. In this study, it's only 148 women with wide hips between the ages of 18 to 26. So take it or leave it. I'm just trying to find scientific stuff to back up what I'm saying. So
you're too responsible, Dr. White. You're far too responsible. You should just make up salacious stuff and outrage everyone and do that instead. If you're just tuning in, by the way, we're talking to Dr. Jennifer Wider about, I suppose, some of the fallouts from having a one-night stand, whether you're a guy or a girl. We are taking some horror stories. If you had any awkward experiences after one-night stand, the funnier the better. We can keep your name anonymous as well if you like. Just let us know. 087 67 97 104. But what are some of the other ones before we let you go, Doc?
All right, so this is piggybacks on what I was talking about last week about addiction, and that addiction runs in the family. The question to a researcher at State University of New York at Binghamton, which is a big medical center, and a doctor who studies human sexuality sexual behavior, he was posed with the question, is there a hookup? And the answer to that is yes. And this is what's very interesting. This goes exactly on the conversation we had last week about whether sex addiction is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
People that were more prone to alcoholism, OCD, risk-taking behaviors such as addictive gambling, addictive partying, alcoholism, as I mentioned, and illicit drug use are more likely to have a one-night stand, and it can be passed along to your kids.
Wow.
Interesting, right? And of course, like, it may not manifest. Like, if you're like a male hoe and you have like a son that becomes like a hottie and wants to sleep around, it may not manifest itself the same way, right? So if you're passing this one-night stand gene around, it may look like compulsive gambling in your son or your daughter. But these are tracked behaviors that we see. They are risk-taking behaviors, and some people are more prone to them than others.
That's fascinating.
That probably makes sense. I'm thinking now of people I know that might like a one-night stand.
And their parents have divorced. And
Well, they probably fall into some of these categories.
Their parents are
We're going to get
divorced.
so much hate mail, you guys. Just
It's fine.
And again, obviously, I know biology is like one part of it, and maybe it is interesting, but obviously the mother or father's upbringing and behaviour around them might influence them to be like them in certain ways as well. Like if they see them going to the booking shop, or if they see them cheating on their mother, maybe that'll cause some other trauma.
Listen, absolutely. I think our upbringing absolutely affects, our behavior and what we witness in the home. And parents are kids are very impressionable watching their parents. And you do see that statistically, Cormac. People that come from divorced homes are more likely to get divorced. That's, not even disputed. That's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And divorce is rampant, and it's not necessarily somebody that is more likely to hook up with other people, but it may be somebody more likely to engage in risky behavior if the marriage ended in infidelity.
I'd best not get married, so.
There you go. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Avoid all of those things at any
But you have those
cost.
thin hips, so you should be okay.
No lads are going to come up to you at the end of the night
No,
and be
be
like,
grand.
there's straight hips there, on your way. Doesn't mind at all.
If someone wraps a tape measure around you, Saoirse, just know that they've been listening to you on the radio.
Oh, literally,
Can you imagine?
I have no hips. I've never realised how little hips I actually have until me and my sister compared our no hips
Oh, really?
at Christmas. Yeah,
Oh, well, that must have been a fun conversation.
we are straight down. That's all we are.
Aerodynamic. You
Yes.
should get into cycling or something, or jogging might be more efficient. Doc, is there anything else before we let you go? I know we're keeping you fairly late here now.
I'm good. I think we've covered everything from biological, anatomy, from an STD standpoint. There are definitely risks in a one-night stand. Women who engage in them should recognize what the risks are from a mental, emotional, and physical standpoint. But, of course, we're not here to dictate everybody's behavior. You just want to practice safe sex if you're going for that one-night stand, especially since your life is ending because coronavirus is about to...
Yeah, we've only got about 10 days left. I'd say we've only got about 10 days left before the world falls
before
apart.
we're all
That's true.
quarantined. I think Ireland and the U.S. are hand in hand on that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling next time we'll be talking, we'll be in an airtight booth.
Oh, but you don't know what's funny, actually, Doc, right? We got an email from work earlier on saying, in prep, we've got it in a few emails, people putting in policies about washing your hands more and advice, blah, 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 since we now have our first confirmed case of the coronavirus here.
Yeah.
We got an email saying, like, what equipment do the DJs and presenters have at home so that maybe if we are forced to stay at home, we'll still be able to keep the station on air? So who has a microphone? Who has a laptop? How good is your broadband? And they're putting a spreadsheet together in case the proverbial hits the fan and we aren't able to come into work.
No, but it'd be amazing doing it from home in your pajamas.
In bed. Oh,
Yes,
God.
you'll get too used to that, and then we're all going to be spreading viruses to each other with the hopes that we can stay in our pajamas. For a
Well,
little.
hopefully, if it works, why would we have to come in?
Yeah.
This could be the great thing of the coronavirus. Everyone will realise we can just work from home now.
Yeah.
No more traffic.
Listen,
No more traffic.
my son too. He's 14, and he's excited to go to school in his pajamas because they're talking about Skype classrooms.
No way.
So,
There'd be a silver line in here now. We could all realise that we could work from home and just dial in. And as I said, just put a shirt on, have no pants,
Be
or
perfect.
just be in just be in your bedroom.
true.
God,
It's true.
Well,
oh my God, I have to confess something to you before I go.
Oh, do.
I did a CNN segment, you guys, and I was shooting it out of a home office, and it was out of Skype, and I literally was wearing pajama pants and a suit top. Because it was like they gave me maybe 20 minutes to get ready for it. It was like a breaking health news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never admitted that to anybody. So I
Oh,
think I'm safe
there we
admitting it
go.
to you guys.
Breaking
Yeah.
news, CNN, nice and professional, and you're sitting
Shock.
there in your pajamas.
Wearing nothing. Right, I'm wearing striped
love
pajama
that.
pants under my desk.
Shock Doc in pantless scandal. There we go. We'll run that out to the tabloids now in the morning and just cause a bit of outrage. Dr. White,
Wide hip doctor in her pajamas.
it's always a pleasure. You can go and follow Dr. Wider on Twitter and all our social media platforms. It's Dr. Wider, D-R-W-I-D-R, and we will chat to you again next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. week. Talk to you soon.
Will indeed. If you have any beautifully horrible, disastrous one-night stand stories, we will take them this evening. We will keep you completely anonymous if you want to be anonymous. If you want to come on and just share, we won't pry too much, but the number is 087 67 97 104. There's been a couple of messages in so far.
There has very interesting and terrifying messages that would put you off having sex with anyone.
Yeah, so the message tonight is never have sex. Let us know what your worst one-night stand stories have been. 087 67 97 104, and we'll get back to them next. Clean Bandit and Demi Lovato solo. It's Cormac and Saoirse here on FM104. On the way at 11 o'clock, we switch things up this evening a little bit. We'll be doing fake news. We'll be doing a coronavirus fake news special. You have to be able to figure out which one of the 3 news stories from today that you hear is fake. If you can figure that out, you'll win yourself some demotivational, beautiful Room 104 beer mats, and we might, we'll give you a chance to win that at about 11 o'clock this evening. We were just talking to our resident medical professional, Dr. Jennifer Wider, about the dangers, the salacious, risky dangers of having one-night stands, and we want to know what's your worst one-night stand experience. 087 67 97 104. Did we get any good ones in there?
We got a few, actually, yes. So Liam messaged in. This is absolutely bizarre, by the way. I've never heard anything like this. Okay, so not to be crude, but this was a bit of an experience, he said. May not be good enough to read out, but I read it and it actually is.
Oh, good.
So he was in Lanzarote, was with a Welsh girl, and went back to her apartment. When I woke up the next day, she had locked me in her room. She wouldn't let me out unless I promised to stay the whole day with her. She went, found some lads' clothes in the apartment that were staying there, got their clothes, gave them to me to wear. He said it was mental, and I had to sneak out wearing some random English guy's clothes, never to come back, leaving all my stuff there. She was proper crazy.
That is very weird.
Never gone back to Lanzarote. I'm not surprised.
I'm sure it's not just people in Lanzarote. Wow, he was trapped against his own will.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Have you trapped someone into a relationship?
That's bizarre. No, I'm the opposite. They trap me. I run.
Oh God, I had a one-night stand, and then the next morning she wouldn't leave me alone and leave. She followed me to the shop to get a roll, and I legged it. Left her there. That's mean. Maybe she wanted to talk.
Yeah, that's all she wanted to do.
That's just what she wanted to talk.
She wanted a breakfast roll with you.
Oh God.
Also got another message in there. Had to be circumcised at 24. So before I got this done, I had some problems with it in late teens, early 20s, with skin being tight, but it was okay until one night there was a hookup.
Oh no.
No, I don't know where this is going. Well, let's just say the Carrie blood scene. Oh, that's the film. The Carrie blood scene has nothing on this. It completely tore. Not nice at all. I never knew, but when I was a kid, my folks were told to watch it, and they forgot to follow up, and there was me thinking it was normal. Should have been done when I was a kid. Anyway, at 24, I had it done, and I was out clubbing for 6 weeks with huge bandages down there. Not one to miss on a night out in your 20s.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's it, yeah.
That's a bit grim.
A blood pool.
That is disgusting.
That is disgusting.
If you've any other horror stories, 087 67 97 104. Good evening, Breed. Can't understand your female presenters' opinions on one-night stands. Very judgmental. There you go, Saoirse.
Now, can I just clarify very quickly?
Let me read out the rest of her message. This is great. Other people's social lives are none of your business, Saoirse. You can let people ride who they want to ride as many times as they want in as many different ways. All right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
She says, as long as it's consensual and protection is used, who cares? Plus, judging anyone for having a healthy sex life, let people be and have fun.
Okay.
Come on, Saoirse.
I have not once said that I think women shouldn't have one-night stands.
Women and men.
Women and men. And I'm just saying that I personally, my opinion on it is that I don't think I would ever pass my body around like that, because I don't think that your body should be passed around. I just don't. That's my opinion. And we can all have opinions.
We can't. You're cancelled now.
No.
Hashtag cancel Saoirse. All right? You all have to have the same points of view, otherwise you get cancelled.
I will not have sex with a guy. I will not have sex with a guy who's slept with loads of women. I will not do it.
Why not?
Because I don't want somebody that just...
Why not? The past doesn't equal the future, Saoirse.
I'm sorry, it just doesn't suit me.
But it doesn't suit me. But like, you've done weird things in your past.
I have done bizarre things. And by the way, I am not some, do-gooder that sits at home prays at night and thinks everyone that has sex all the time is disgraceful. I've probably had more sex than most people have.
Breed, you know what we'll call Saoirse from now on, Breed? We'll call her Sister Saoirse. This is definitely a Sister Saoirse moment, okay?
So, Breed, I'm not bashing women or bashing you for sleeping around. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying it's my opinion that I don't like the idea of passing my body around.
Now, Breed,
and
you
I
have to
wouldn't
do
get with a
5
guy
Hail
who
Marys
did the same.
and 2 Our Fathers, all right? 5 Hail Marys and 2 Our Fathers, and you can go down to the nunnery for the rest of your life.
And I do realise that it's much more, the thing to do these days, where everyone sleeps around.
Listen, Breed, Saoirse is 47 years of age, so unfortunately she's not up with the times. So she's been caught back in the old ways of being and living.
Yeah. I live with my cat, by the way, so I mean that says it all, really, doesn't it? Yeah.
Thank you for that, Breed, by the way. We got a couple of voice notes in, and I don't want to play them.
No,
because I don't know what they are. And
you do not. And one was just deleted.
One has definitely just been deleted. So again, we'll take them if you've any other good ones. Kind of horror stories. The worst horror story of a one night stand I ever heard was, again, it's from a friend of a friend who apparently knows this person. You know, when you go and you meet up with your mates, you're going to college, and then you meet their friends and from other parts of the city, and you're like, oh, my mate knows that person, and this happened to them. The story I heard, whether this is true or not, girl hooked up with a guy, had a one night stand, all lovely jubbly, went back to the house, and he had to get up and go to work the next day. So I was like, listen, just let yourself out, it's fine.
Yeah, fair.
Happy days, don't worry about it. She went to leave in the morning and got up and went to the bathroom and realised the toilet was broken and wasn't flushing. So she got very embarrassed about the package that she left in the bath.
No!
She got apparently very, very embarrassed about this.
Yeah.
And went in and couldn't flush and was absolutely mortified and was panicking. Was like, I can't leave this guy who I really like, having left a massive log in his toilet. So she was like, no, I'm not doing this.
No, she didn't take
She couldn't
it out.
flush it. So she got a bag and she took it out. Okay? She brought it out in the bag and was going to put it in the bin and went out to get her shoes in the porch. She left the bag on the table. She went to the porch, and obviously the porch has the door shut behind her. She's no keys.
She left a bag of poo on his couch.
And locked herself in the porch until he came home that day.
Oh my God, you are joking.
He comes home from work and she's sitting there in the porch, like crying her eyes out. She can't leave. And then he opens the porch and she just runs away, never to talk to him ever again. Because imagine coming back and going, what the name of God are you doing here? And even if he liked you, it would have been a funny story. Be like, oh, you got trapped in, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Her phone was dead, obviously. And then he obviously walks inside.
No.
And there's a steaming bag of on the kitchen table.
No.
Like, that's an urban legend. If anyone can confirm that is true, happened in Dublin several years ago, I want to believe that all of that is true. But that is the worst one night stand experience I've ever heard.
That's pretty bad. Now, as I said, I've never had a one night stand, but I have had something similar happen to me with somebody that did end up staying with me. So I had been seeing this person very early on, and everything was going fine, but we had a fight. So we had a fight and that was fine. I had obviously not been able to handle that stage either. Didn't have toilet paper, so was using those makeup pads.
No. The circular ones, the small
the circular ones. Flush them down the toilet. Obviously that doesn't flush properly. Thought it was flushed down the toilet, but it wasn't, so kind of blocked up. But I just left it, as I do. So he had ended up coming over to say sorry or whatever he was doing. We made up, everything was fine. He needed to go to the toilet, so he was like, your toilet's blocked. So he went to unblock it, and when he went to unblock it, all came back up. All came back up, and he was like, you're an animal. This is a true story.
This is disgusting. Please tell me this is a lie.
No, this is not a lie.
This is something you read.
No, this happened. He stayed. He actually stayed with me.
Why? You should have been more worried about the fact that he stayed. You should have been like, if a normal person would not have stayed.
Yeah, and we had sex after that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, if you've any horror stories from one night stand, 087 679 7104, we'll be more than happy to keep your name anonymous if you want. Just let us know in the text. But if there's any other good ones that you have, or maybe friends of yours have had horror stories, let us know. On the way next, there's a lot of talk about the world falling apart. There always is, because you got to get them clicks online. But if the zombie apocalypse comes, apparently scientists have the exact place where you need to go to survive so that you and your family will not die. We'll talk about that next here on FM104. It's Lewis Capaldi, Hold Me While You Wait. It's Cormac and Saoirse here on FM104. Chat with Dr. Wider will be up on the Room 104 podcast shortly. Now, if we wind up And if you wind up in a disaster situation, if the zombie apocalypse comes, if we believe all of the sensationalist, outrageous headlines about things like the coronavirus and other things, where do we go to survive?
Yeah, so this, I don't know if you've seen The Walking Dead.
No, I never got into The Walking Dead.
I watched that so much back to back that I think I nearly got boils, all over my body because I didn't move. Bed sores, whatever they're called. Anyway, we are supposed to go to the highest mountain. Apparently, right?
The highest mountain?
Yes, the highest mountain, because you're most likely to survive the higher up you go. Due to the geographic distance from most cities, a mountain can allow you to bite your time in hopes that it will contain the outbreak and kill off some zombies in the making.
So if the zombie apocalypse comes, we have to run to the Sugarloaf.
Literally run to the Sugarloaf, all of us. But who gets there first?
That's what I mean. So
the fastest person wins.
Are you meant to shoot people off the mountain as they come to you?
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's what they're saying. Why, if the zombie apocalypse comes, this is where we all need to head.
Yeah. So it can bite your time, so you can see, you're obviously higher up, you can see down low, you know if they're coming or not.
Yeah.
Fights off infection, because apparently they can't go up any higher, or else they get sick, according to this study. And of course, if the zombie movies or TV shows are anything to go by, they all have mountains in them. Like if you watch The Walking Dead, you got to run up that mountain.
I think I'd go to like Longford. There's nothing in Longford. And the zombies probably wouldn't even go.
They might make it though. Like it gave a few different places that you can go to. Mountain obviously being number one.
Mountain was number one. I would have thought a cave would be number one.
Well, a tree. No.
You want to go down the Allowee caves and then you want to block it all up and go, right, see you
anywhere
later.
That they can't climb, so anywhere that is going to be restrictive for them.
Yeah.
So a tree house.
Hang on, zombies can't climb. Are these the rules? I thought in The Walking Dead, could they not climb?
They're just literally, they're not good at climbing.
Oh, so you want to go to like giraffes or a play centre?
They were also saying
a playground.
A lighthouse.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
You need a boat though.
Lighthouses, there's a few fancy ones up on
what's the one
Airbnb?
The lighthouse by the Sandy Mount.
I don't know what it's called. Can you rent that one out?
No, but you could probably get a boat over and try and break into it.
Okay. Cool.
Another one is a bank vault.
Yeah, I think I'd do that. You've got money.
But you can't look out though.
So, no one can look in. Bank vault would be perfect. I'd choose a bank vault or a cave. That would be my go-to places in a time of destruction.
Well, that's on the list. Or a boat or yacht.
Yeah, yacht. Yacht's got to be number one.
Yeah, but where are you going to get a yacht?
You get a yacht down Dunleary. Never seen them there?
Yeah,
a little dinghy, a little blow-up dinghy. Get a little dinghy from Aldi, whatever, and you'll be like, it's for the zombie apocalypse, it's fine. Speaking of the zombie apocalypse, okay, we all know that we have had our first confirmed case of the coronavirus here. There's probably be a lot of other things that will kill you first. I mean, there's probably far more dangerous things that could kill you.
Yeah, like driving.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it's always good to be constantly sanitising your hands and keeping yourself clean. The HSE have a good website giving you clarification on what you need to do if you think you might be infected, if you think you are working with somewhere. The latest things that have happened the last while, Google Dublin staff are working from home now. For tomorrow anyway, someone showed up with virus or flu-like symptoms and they're being tested. It's over precautionary. They don't think it is, but that's the thing now, like people, it was freezing over the weekend, so imagine a lot of people just have the sniffles and the flu anyway,
yeah, you would think so.
And now it's like coronavirus.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be affecting kids as much, does it? There hasn't been any cases of kids with the coronavirus.
No, not sure, but it's always the way that the younger people and elderly have to be extra vigilant because they are most at risk.
Yes.
Also, Ryanair, they've cut nearly a quarter of their flights to Italy, so if you're planning on heading over there, it's going to be a massive drop. There's also going to be, and has been, a massive drop in the stock market. So if you're looking to get in at a discounted rate, maybe give it a week or two, then throw all of your savings in.
Yes, I did hear as well that if you have booked flights to places like Italy or anywhere for that matter, that you won't get the money back. It's up to you whether you go or not.
Oh, really?
That's what I've heard. A lot of airlines are not going to give you money back.
I suppose it's not our problem. We didn't do it. It's nothing to do with us. This is implemented.
If you want to take the risk of travelling, then go.
That's annoying. The total facts, by the way, if you haven't heard, it's killed more than 3,000 people worldwide. Now there's 88,000 global cases. And there was a 50% increase in cases in Italy yesterday. And I suppose that'll kind of continue for the main war. So certain attractions over in France are closed. over in Italy are obviously kind of shutting down. A few matches have been called off. There's debates around the Paddy's Day parade here. It may or may not be cancelled. Hasn't been cancelled, if Mr. Marley was correct, since 2001, I think, which was the foot and mouth.
Yeah.
But I think everyone still went out back then.
I think they did as well.
Everyone went nuts. And then the last thing I saw, just a quick one on this. Look, in Japan, all right, this is the latest from Japan. In response to the nationwide school closures resulting from the coronavirus, Japan is going to start, get this, paying parents $80 a day to not go to work and instead stay at home with their kids until the end of March.
That is amazing.
What do we think of that?
I'd love that.
If we had a government, which we don't have at the moment, but if Leo or Simon is listening, should we all take the month off? Will you lads pay us? And then we can all stay at home, look after the kids.
Yeah.
Society will be a better place because of it.
We'll need to get kids, though, for us to try and... Would the cat fall under that category?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you could. So there you go. The Japanese are paying parents to stay at home. And who knows, we might be doing that. Updates on FM104.ie. Also, directions on what you should do if you fear that you might be infected or know someone who's infected. I also got, it'd be interesting if you're in work, if you're working, I don't want to say a normal office job, what has been the response from your employers? Are people being forced to walk or to work from home? Are people being forced not to come in? Are they shutting the place down? What's happening in your place or your school or whatever it is? Because we got an email around. They're putting things in place here to see if we're able to broadcast from home if we need to. So if someone comes in sick here tomorrow, and we were mentioning it a little bit earlier on, to see if you're able to work from home. If you have a microphone, if you have a laptop, if you have a thing where you'd be able to maybe, I don't know, dial in on Skype and get broadcast out.
I mean, I'd love it. Let's be honest. It would be great fun. But will it happen though? Will it get to that stage? I don't think so.
I don't know. Who knows? We'll see how it goes anyway. HSE.ie for all of the directions on what to do if you think you're infected and whether or not you should go to a doctor, and always remember, just wash your hands.
But is it going to get so out of control that there's going to be half the population walking around like zombies with the coronavirus?
That's exactly what's
and
going
we're
to
just
happen.
like, we're legging it left, right and centre.
It's going to be an apocalyptic Walking Dead Ireland version, a global version. This is it. This is the end of the world.
So
folks.
where is the safest country to be in?
What is on your bucket list that you have not got to do yet? Because we've only got, believe the reports and the media, you've only got 2 weeks to live.
I just want to get my hoop out in Bali.
Right, we're all off to Bali, lads, to get our hoop out. Fake news is on the way shortly. Here's Arizona.